Hi guys, I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to make an I-Beam in SolidWorks. To get started, we'll select File, New, and then we'll select Part. And this is the main screen for SolidWorks. And first off, we'll select the rectangle tool, which is, if you're not in Sketch, the Sketch submenu, and you'll see a rectangle. Click on it, and then you'll be given an XYZ plane, and it's easiest to start with the front plane, so just click on front. And as you notice, it's kind of skewed, so to fix that, you'll see these boxes at the top of the canvas. And if you click the view orientation box, you'll see different framed boxes with different faces highlighted. We want the one with the front face. Now take your pencil and place it at the origin. Click and drag out, and doesn't really matter what size, because what we're going to do next after you made some sort of box is go to your top left, and you'll see an option there that says Smart Dimension. So clicking on that, we get our Smart Dimension tool, and then we click on the side we want to resize, pull it out, and then SolidWorks will give you a prompt to change the side, or the size of that side. And I'm in millimeters, but I'm going to select 100. And then for this side, I'll do 50. Now say I typed something really quick and I made a mistake. That shouldn't be a problem. I just double click back on that number with my Smart Dimension tool still active, and retype a new value. I'll put 75. Now I have the shape that I want. So now that I'm done, you'll see in the top right of your screen there'll be a blue pencil with a reverse arrow. If you click that, you'll exit your sketch. Now next, to make it solid, a three-dimensional object, you'll go to the top left and you'll see a sub-menu next to Sketch that says Features right here. Click that. Now before we hit box extrude, we want to make sure that our sketch, in this case sketch 1, is still highlighted, which it is. So go to boss extrude, and we get this prompt, and here in this window on your left, you'll see, in my case it says 10 millimeters, and we're going to go to 1000, and you can type it or you can drag. If you pull this little arrow over here, it'll give you a ruler underneath, but I find it easiest, if you know your dimensions, just to type it in and then check this green check mark up here. And now we have what seems to be a beam, but we want to make it an I-beam. So the next step is select your front face again, and in the same way that we drew this box, we're going to draw another box. So go back to your sketch menu, select a rectangle, and select, we're going to start drawing it from the edge of this. Excuse me, first you want to select the face of the drawing, and now you can select your rectangle and start drawing out. And we're going to dimension this. Now I'm going to make a silly looking one, but easy dimensions. I'm going to choose 25 for the length here. For the height, I'll also choose 25. And to make equal distances, I'm going to pick, I kind of went over that quick. So now I want this square centered between the top of the beam and the bottom of the beam. So I'll select the Smart Dimension tool, select the top of this box, the top line of my beam, it'll turn orange when I have it, pull out, and right now it says 16 millimeters and I want it at 25. And now this box is centered. Remember that I had a 75 millimeter high beam. So now that I'm done, I can hit this green check, or in the top right, the exit sketch. Now you see that my sketch 2 isn't selected in the menu. I want to make sure that's selected. Go to features, and instead of box extrude, I want box cut or extrude cut, and you'll see that right here. Select that, and you'll be given some options. One is blind, and you can type in the depth, and you can always adjust it. In our case, we're going to go through all. We wanted to cut the entire length of the beam, and we'll see that looks good. And you'll see we've now made our first cut for our I-beam. We're going to select the front face again. We're going to repeat the same process. So we'll go to sketch, select the rectangle tool, select the face, and if you want to make it easier on yourself, oops, my apologies, for measuring, you can start from here. I'll give you a guide line all the way across, and then you can start from this line. Oops, lost it. Got sloppy there. Let's make our box, use our Smart Dimension tool, and just like the other side, we had a 25 by 25. This one should be pretty close. And to center it, as we did on our other side, we selected, this time we can even try it the other way. Select the bottom of the box, select the bottom of the beam, it happens to already be centered. Click Exit Sketch. Our sketch 3 is selected, so then we can go to Features, Extrude Cut, and then from Blind we'll select Through All, hit OK, and now we have our beam. And you can give it you can use this to position it in different ways. The face menu, and that's how you make a beam in SolidWorks. If it's a T-beam, I think you can figure out that you would just cut out the bottom instead of leaving this portion here. So you can email me if you have any questions.